Oh, good evening. So, God, have Trinitarians changed their Bible versions to support their own teaching? I'm introducing a video that goes into really clearly the phrase firstborn, only begotten son, what do they mean? And if someone is the beginning of the creation of God, how did it begin? So that is really covered really well in a video that ends this video. And just a point that I've made on this channel, under the section, and it will be coming up on the screen at the end, there's a section on God and his qualities and who he is, in a playlist. That'll be on there. There's also a video that I've made that does God have DID? That is a personality trait where there are different personalities within the same person. They used to call it schizophrenia. So does God have that? Now, I'm just going to conclude with this little point here from Isaiah chapter 45, firstly from the Jehovah's Witness Bible, verse 5, and then from the NIV. In verse 5 he says, I am the Lord and there is no one else. Now in the Jehovah's Witness Bible, well, it says, I am Jehovah and there is no one else. In the Jerusalem Bible, that's the Catholic Bible, it says, I am Yahweh and there's no one else. There is no God except me. I will strengthen you, although you do not know me, in order that people may know from the rising of the sun to its setting, there is none besides me, no one else. And then verse 18, which would help people who are concerned about the environment and the future of the planet, because it makes a very clear point here. This is from the NIV Bible, Isaiah 45 verse 18, and it says this, and when it says the word Lord, that's where Yahweh or Jehovah, the original name of God, would have been in the original manuscripts. So it says here, for this is what the Lord says, he who created the heavens, he is God. He who fashioned and made the earth, he founded it. He did not create it to be empty, but formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord and there is no other. So, So I am the Lord. He didn't create the earth to be empty. Since God made Adam and Eve, the first humans on planet Earth, it's never been empty. Even in the flood, there were 8 people. So all these Christians and their churches teach you that Jesus comes and destroys the planet. How can that be if the planet is never going to be empty? And that also proves that if the planet's not going to be left empty of humans, there will be animals and creatures all here. The planet's going to be preserved and all the life on the planet. Of course, misbehaving humans, they may not be here, as Jesus goes on to say. But the point here is that have Trinitarians changed their Bible versions? For a start, they've taken God's name out of their versions. Have they changed their versions to teach the unbiblical teaching of the Trinity? The video in that right-hand corner there is really good. Lovely chap. Thank you.